Hey guys, I'm back for another video, and welcome to Hypixel SkyBlock. And today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to level up every skill in the game in the fastest way that I know how. Skills are an essential part of Hypixel SkyBlock. If you head over to this section, each one will give you some sort of buff. For example, farming gives you health, mining defense, combat, which gives you crit chance and damage, foraging strength, fishing health, enchanting intelligence, alchemy intelligence. It's very important to level all these skills up because it just makes it easier to just progress in the game. But anyway, yeah, so let's get straight into it. This almost goes without saying, but in order to level up your skills as fast as possible, you will want to grab some XP Boost 3 potions. There's one for every single skill in the game. These potions will give you a 20% boost in experience until it runs out. Obviously, you're going to want to pick these up. You can grab them from the Season of Jerry event, which happens every 5 days, 5 hours? Right here. The 26th event is in 2 days as of recording this video. Now, this is probably going to get patched, but there's actually a glitch that allows you to increase the duration and potency of these potions. You just got to put 2 of them in the brewing stand, and then the third potion be something else. And then you can actually... even a different type of XP boost potion, I'm pretty sure. Put yourself in enchanted glowstone block, enchanted redstone block, that sort of thing. And then you can upgrade them. I've actually seen, farmings go all the way to 54 minutes, for example. Look at that thing. That combined with a potion affinity artifact will not only give you a 50% increase in duration already, so that adds another 27 minutes to this, but the parrot gives you an additional 40% at level 100. Get those potions. You can also buy them off the auction house. They're fairly cheap, but after this video drops, they might be a little bit more expensive. Also, another thing to note is that every skill in the game has, well, except for alchemy, has a pet that will make leveling it faster. I will get to those when I cover each skill. So the first skill is combat. So there's 2 ways to do combat as fast as possible, and the first one is Purl Spamming. As you can see in this footage from a stream I did a week ago, I had 6 players that I hired in order to throw pearls in the air and spawn angry endermen. I did 9,000 health endermen because I wanted a chance to pick up the legendary enderman pet, but you could also do it with zealots. Technically, you'll get more XP if that's all you're going for, but I would recommend at least trying to go for the pet with the 9,000 health enderman. Anyways, if you have 6 people doing that, just throwing pearls, and then you explosive bow, and then sword swap to a raider's axe with max enchantments on it, then not only will you get a ton of money, but you will get XP super fast. You get like 10 to 20 kills per shot every couple seconds. They give you a reduced amount of XP per kill compared to just killing it yourself without Purl Spamming, but just the sheer quantity of endermen is enough to get you a ridiculous amount of XP. And the second method is actually doing revs with combat XP 3 boost potions, which you should be using no matter what, as well as the wolf pet, which, by the way, the wolf is what you're going to want to use when grinding combat. It makes slayers faster, which is convenient for revs because it means even more combat XP super quickly, but it's less of a grind, it feels like. If you're doing revs in like 30 seconds to a minute, it's going to cost a lot of money, but at least you'll be getting your combat up. I think it's arguably faster than Purl Spamming, but it does cost a lot of money, so that's something to consider. The next skill is foraging. So this is actually a far easier one to describe. So in order to grind foraging as fast as possible, you need to go to the park with a tree capacitator in hand and chop down as many trees as you can. Now, there is a strategy to it. You actually can form a little pattern. What I do is I travel in a counterclockwise motion on the in the dark oak area, because that's where the densest amount of logs is. If you get in a lobby with not a lot of competition, it makes sense to go there because there's just so many logs. And again, tree capacitors, like an upgraded jungle axe, it gives you so many more logs per hit. But anyway, if you time everything right and you know where to go, then you'll be getting forging XP super fast. Obviously, you're going to want as much speed as possible. I would recommend using 3/4 young dragon armor with farmer boots with a high farming level, or just full young set with god pots. And make sure you have, of course, your XP boost 3 for forging and haste 3. So then while, you know, the effect's not working, you can still chop a lot of logs really quickly. And again, Ocelot pet. Increase the... Oh, and by the way, all of these pets, I would actually recommend you get the epic variant, not the legendary, because epic ones level up way faster, and the legendary ones are basically just a flex. Now for my personal favorite, farming. So the fastest way to farm is, well, with pumpkins. As you can see, I'm farming pumpkins on my island, and I am using a strat to diagonal, as you can see over here. Oh, and obviously, with this pet, you're going to want a rabbit. Oh, that's my legendary one. Hold on. There we go. Use an epic rabbit, of course. I'm using a tree capacitator. You could also use a golden axe with efficiency 5 haste. You don't even need haste 3. If you have a haste ring, I think that's enough. But anyway, you want to hover at around 260 to 270% speed. And then obviously, once you fill your inventory with any of these blocks, regardless, so, you know, if it's logs or if it's pumpkins, once your inventory is full, you just head in here, left and right click alternating because it actually crafts faster. Once shift clicking is added to quick crafting, that'd be nice as well. You're going to want a lot of pumpkin farm though. I built 4 full width layers, and even beyond that, I would recommend putting water. Mine doesn't have water, but water will make them grow back faster. So yeah, get building. It's going to take you a long time to build, but once you have it done, it's one of the easiest skills to level up. Mine's at 39. Obviously, you'd want an empty inventory, except for the axe, maybe a grappling hook. Oh, and one last note about farming. Farmer boots are incredible. If you're early game, I would recommend getting farmer boots because the speed that this gives you scales with your farming level. So it will start out not giving you much speed, but as you inch your way closer to like farming 25, 30, this is going to give you a significant amount of speed, and you won't need full young set in order to be that fast. Also, of course, the rabbit pet's very useful for gaining extra speed. They're both really good. Mining is an interesting skill. It's one of the most difficult to level up in the entire game. Now, if you want to know how most people do farming, it's actually in the most boring way possible. So if we go over here on my island, I actually have a Cobble Generator. So the way this guy works is you hop on in here, you get a stonk or, you know, a golden axe with efficiency 5, haste 3, and just do this. But of course, I don't have it. But, you know, as you make your way through, there's tutorials on how to make these, by the way. It's just water sources on one side, lava sources on the other side. You run across here, and then you step on this, teleports you back, and then it'll just keep doing that. While you're looking up, you just basically do this. Anyway, farming mining XP this way is extremely slow, and it actually is the most mind-numbing grind you could possibly do in the game. So what I would suggest you do instead is don't actively farm mining unless you desperately have to, in which case I guess you can use one of those. But what I would recommend is having 20, well, as many minion slots as you have, but I have 24 slots, 24 snow minions. So these are obviously lapis minions, but ignore that. If you wanted to go optimal with mining level, then yeah, all snow minions, which again you get from the Season of Jerry event as a rare drop from gifts. They can't be sold on the auction house either, so it's actually pretty difficult. But you can get gifts on the bazaar, so I guess it's not impossible to get yourself 24 of them. It just requires a lot of coins, I guess. But anyway, yeah, so 24 snow minions, and in the snow minions, you will put, if you can afford it, catalysts are really good, but a requirement is that you at least have a super compactor in there. I would also suggest diamond spreading. Actually, yeah, required diamond spreading. And, you know, not going to need a hopper. But these two things are extremely important. And in this slot, if you can, put catalysts. Because all of these guys will make enchanted snow blocks. Now, why is that important? Well, what you do is you let them sit like this for like a week, right? And then when you're ready, you drink your Mining XP Boost 3 potion, equip your Silverfish pet. I'm actually loaning out my epic one to Cookie No Rookie right now, but I have a legendary. You pull out the Silverfish pet, and then you collect your minions with the XP boost and the pet, and you're gonna get a ton of mining XP. And then of course you could sell the snow in the bazaar or the AH and make some of that money back. Alchemy is probably the easiest skill in this game to level up. You just have to have a lot of money. So all you have to do is fill a bunch of brewing stands with water bottles, chuck a nether wart in there, wait for it to brew, and then put in a bunch of enchanted sugarcane. Obviously, you're going to want to drink an Alchemy XP Boost 3 potion, but you only need to have it active when you collect the potions out of the brewing stand. You don't have to upgrade them using redstone or glowstone. They could just be standard speed potions. That's what it would make. And that is fine. Speed 5, I have a ton of it. I actually have like 4 double chests of this down by the My Minion platform. But yeah, you just pull them out while you have, I don't know. There's no pet that actually gives you a boost in this skill, so I prefer to have my parrot pet out because it levels up from alchemy, and it makes all of my potions last longer. So I desperately want to level this guy up. There are a few other alchemy pets. I don't know if I have any on me right now. Oh yeah, I do. Sheep. So you could technically level up a sheep pet doing this. Is there any others? There's probably more, but I don't have any of them. Anyway, yeah. Extremely simple, and if you want to save money, you can also use enchanted fermented spider eyes, and you can actually sell not only these potions, but you can sell the potions that you get from the spider eyes back to the NPC and recoup some of the cost of buying. Right now, the cost of enchanted sugarcane in the auction house is about 80k coins per, which is actually a great deal. It used to be almost double that like a few weeks ago. Fishing is an extremely annoying skill to level up because fishing itself doesn't actually give you all that much XP. But if you want to go and do the real thing, what I would recommend is getting yourself a Rod of Legends and using spiked bait, dino fish, as the bait, and then go ham. It should give you the most amount of creature spawns, which is what you want. Creature spawns means that once you kill the creature or the boss, it will give you a big chunk of fishing XP. Way more than just getting an item. What I would also recommend is getting yourself a squid pet, which gives you an increase in the amount of fishing XP that you receive. And you should also go to the park. There's actually a spot in the park where you can buy rain. It's 5,000 coins per minute for rain. It's ridiculously expensive, but if you get a party of like 5 or 6 people, maybe have one guy buy the maximum amount, which I think is 15 minutes, something like that, and you just switch every cycle. You have like, you know, you can get an hour's worth of rain for a 5th or 6th of the price, and then you just sit there and fish for a while. But that is not the fastest way. Just like with mining, I would suggest setting up a whole bunch of minions and collecting their drops after a week. Now, what minion would I suggest? Well, technically fishing minions, again, with catalysts and super compactors. The problem with doing that is that fishing minions have a ton of drops, so you might struggle with storage unless they're extremely high level or you have large storages. But let's be honest, who makes large storages? Anyway, technically, the best way to level up fishing is to have 24 fish minions. No, dude, they're extremely expensive. Instead of doing that, I would suggest clay, which is a great way to make money. So get yourself a whole bunch of clay tier 11 minions. I would even dare say you should upgrade them to tier 11. Put enchanted lava bucket, or, you know, if you have the money, catalysts, super compactors, and diamond spreading. Wait a week, come back, pop a fishing XP boost 3 potion, equip your I don't actually have a squid pet yet, but equip your squid pet, collect all of them. You'll get a really good amount of XP, and you don't actually have to spend the time grinding. You just have to wait. And then a sweet little bonus is that you can sell all of that clay. I would say to the merchant, sell it to the merchant. And then the diamonds in the bazaar, and you'll make tons of money, like 1.8 mil a day probably, if you have 24 slots. Probably the most annoying skill in this game to level up, enchanting. So this is where things get complicated, right? This is by far the most difficult skill to level up. So what would I recommend for that? 24 lapis minions going right now, generating tons of enchanted lapis lazuli, which I will then craft together to make stacks upon stacks of grand experience bottles. Lapis also makes a good amount in the auction house right now, but that's probably not going to last now that I've said it. But yeah, you need to get as many grand experience bottles as possible. I'm talking chests full, rows of stacks of these bottles, because just to get to like level 25, you need almost 2 rows of grands just to get to level 25, and that's not even a higher level. And for each level after that, it's like 3.5 stacks. Like, it is ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, so you get all your grands. Now, this is also a good way to just get a little bit of extra mining XP. So you take out your silverfish pet, wait 5 days, collect your lapis, maybe with mining XP boost 3. But that's not required, obviously. But it's a nice way to also, you know, double, like, get different types of XP. But anyway, once you have all of your lapis collected and crafted into grands, you need to buy a ton of books. I would recommend from the librarian. You can buy 10 stacks of books a day from him. You also are going to need experience 3 potions. These give you plus 15% more experience orbs. You don't need experience 4. You only need experience 3, which is cheaper. Only 1 enchanted glowstone. The duration is up to you if you want to use an enchanted redstone block, but I just use enchanted glowstone and redstone because I can just make as many of these as I want for near nothing. Anyway, combine that with the enchanting XP boost and get yourself a guardian pet, and then head on over to an enchanting station. Now, I made one for myself, and this is the configuration you want. As you can see, there are 20 bookshelves right here, and there's an enchanting table in the middle, and I have a little chute here for throwing books. So as you can see, all you gotta do to level up your enchanting is, once you've done all that preparation, you have tons of grands, you drink your potions, you pull out the pet, and then you splash yourself once with a grand, and it should give you 40 or more XP levels. You then spend those 40 levels exactly to enchant the book. I would suggest you fill every slot in your inventory with 1 book, and then you enchant all of them. I actually found the quickest way to do this is to place the book in the enchanting table slot and then just exit the inventory. It'll immediately put the book in the first available slot. It just saves some time while you're doing the enchanting. And then once your inventory is full of enchanted books, you just drop them in the trapdoor chute, whatever you have set up. And then you fill your inventory with single books again, and then you repeat the process until you level up enchanting. You might have noticed that I'm running around with this crazy looking matrix on my back. This is the ThirtyVirus Badline Cape. You can get your own by using the link in the pinned comment and description down below. And if you use ThirtyVirus as the code at checkout, then you'll actually help me out a lot. I get about half of what you pay every time you buy a cape, so it's a nice little way to donate to me if you want to support the streams and videos. But also, I mean, look at how cool this is. I mean, come on. Is this not the coolest thing ever? Having literal matrix on your back. Anyway, would highly recommend. Not biased at all. So that's my guide on leveling up skills. I hope you enjoyed. And as of recording this, there's actually a 20% XP boost on top of everything. So we get level ups even faster. But yeah, these are all the best ways. Right now, I am at an average skill level of about 29.5. My goal is to get to level 30 average skill. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it soon, but I mean, look at this. Especially with farming, I am at 39. Well, anyway, I guess that's it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed and have fun grinding skills.